This is your daily market recap for Tuesday, September 6th, 2022. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. GDXJ Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is your daily market recap for Tuesday, September 6th, 2022. Hopefully you're having a great day. This action, as a lot of people are getting frustrated, not surprising. Before the market does an inflection and flips, it usually creates a lot of pain. Again, if you're new to the channel, link is in the description below for the Discord room. I advise stopping by if you have questions. Also, too, if you are built as a trader who has knowledge but lacking the edge, trying to find a group / room / I don't know, place to hang out with people who actually know what's going on, to give you insights, to learn. Because again, newer to trading, difficult to teach somebody. You got to get the nuts and bolts. You got to have a little bit of experience. This channel is really tailored for folks who know how to trade, but have and struggle with consistency, because that's how you learn, is from your mistakes. People don't want to lose. That's part of the game. Losing is how you get better. All right. If you have any questions about any of the direct stocks that I'm working on or talking about, feel free to interrupt. If not, save your questions for the end. Good old Bitcoin. Talk about frustration. Look at this action, just going nowhere. And now taking out the lows, going sideways for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. Not surprised. Again, technically it doesn't really do any damage other than short term. I know Russia was talking about accepting digital currencies. We shall see. We shall see. I mean, I'm not... Oh, man, I'm got the wrong... What? Somebody, get me back to the Bitcoin. You guys are watching the charts, not watching the video. I get it. Sorry, let me start over. Bitcoin. Oh, man, I had it on that the whole time. Unfortunately, the timer wasn't running. Oh, that's sad. If you have to go to the 8-minute mark. Yeah, that's where I start. That's too funny. Yeah, Bitcoin. How frustrating is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days going sideways. That's what the markets do. They put people in these positions to have to go now. If you were bullish, you got stopped out. But technically, I don't see that much damage. It's still within this major point of control. It's kind of like being bearish, the SPY right now, when it's just holding in a tight range. You know, it does sometimes you get these little pukes before they pop. U.S. oil. Is that my chart? Yes. Here you go. Holding 86. I've told people, being bearish, yes, near longer term, medium term, because of good demand destruction. Short term, hurricanes, seasonality, all sorts of crazy stuff can pop up with oil that I don't want to short it. I'd like to see it go lower. I mean, that's the goal. TLT making tested the low of the day. However, keep in mind, the markets might like oil down, sideways, flopping, whatever you want to call it. I think at this point, people just need to be aware of the easy money was shorting at the highs. Now you're in no man's land. Personally, I would just leave it alone. Again, unless we get a major pop, then I'll short oil. Until then, no. Leave it alone. Please promise me you're going to leave it alone. The dollar hit is about as close as you get to the channel high. Look at the volume today in action. I am thinking dollar down near term. Longer term, I still anticipate what? Is a bigger long-dated move, right? Like this, if you look at the monthly, this is just breaking out. But what do you want to see? If I'm a bull, I want to see a retest at 29 and then go. That would be the easiest action for the dollar. Keep it simple. TLT, this is where it's getting a little hairy here. Big red candle, taking out the range lows. Looks like a professional or novice gap, depending on how you want to describe it. I personally think the rates, remember, let's go look at the monthly again. I think you're at a position where you probably can buy them. Because here's the action, the choppy action in 2008 before the rip higher. You got up and down. I'm anticipating up and down like we got on the daily. Got this up and down, symmetrical action, right back to the what? The lows. I think it's going to hold. The VIX, what have we said? Expecting chop. Seems to just touch 27 and backs off. I still think you're going to get back down to 22s at some point. I could be wrong. Could we go into the rocket mode? It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense for it to go straight higher, because at this point, if everybody's bearish and everyone's buying puts and the put call ratios are two and a half. I'm the market maker. I'm not trying to pay that out. I'm trying to knock them out. Like literally, knock them out of their game. Give them to give up their puts right before the market goes lower. Right? Right. Vixen. Here we go. Coming back into the 0.382. Is that the high? I mean, I still think 20-day, maybe the backside of this trend line at some point would be the best pain. Because think about it again, if you don't understand how the market works, it's an inventory seeking mechanism. To mark up price, to mark down price, they want the market out of position and they want to be the one feeding the inventory when the move goes. At this point, if everybody is short, that's not the way to take the market down in general. Think about it. The best times, if you remember 2008, 2009, like everybody was screaming, buy banks, buy banks, buy banks, buy institutions. They won't go out of business. They won't go out of business. They're great. They're great. They're great. Or, hey, buy gold like now. Buy gold, buy gold, buy gold, buy gold. And it just keeps going lower. That's when the market is in the position to get whacked. We are not there at that point. So when you look at the Vixen, I still think it's going to come back. Let's look at the SPY because this is where it gets, again, I mean, make or break right here. Right now, again, we're still in the VAP zone. If you look at here to the left, you can still see we're still in this node. It's a fun word to say. What's in your node? We held the 0.618. I mean, was that the exact low of the day? No, 4 cents, whatever. You're rallying back. Here you go. Does it feel like just like this, kind of action where you make a slightly higher high and fail and you maybe it's like a slightly lower low and then you pop back? Again, new money, seasonality, all these things are bullish and the market's down a ton already. You got to be careful about that because chasing, think about it. The SPY just dropped from 431 down to 388. And everybody's bearish again. Sentiment is now gone into the tubes, gone lower. What's the best way to wipe it out? Rally it back minimum. I would say the 50-day appear at 400. I think if you really want to knock out the sentiment of bears, you probably got to rally at least back to 405, maybe 410 plus. You're like, that's crazy. Well, guess what? It's not. If you study the past, you go look backwards, and it's literally just reoccurring patterns. Oh, sorry, I went too fast. I apologize. You drop too fast, you rally right back, right? You drop too fast, you rally right back, right? You drop too fast, you rally right back. You getting the point here? That's kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen. 40 points on the SPYs is a lot. Drop too fast, we're going to rally back. It's just a matter of when and how much, right? If you have any doubts on that, then again, it's just like the market gets sure of going down right before it's going to rally and sure it's going to go higher right before it goes lower. Qs. Here you go. Right down here. I mean, it seems very obvious you're holding. I mean, again, I don't know why I have my fibs drawn like that. Oh, sorry. It's 0.618 is gray. Why? I don't know. We're holding here. Here you see the volume at price here. Not surprised. You can probably unlock a lot of inventory if you're the market maker. Again, the Qs went from 336 down to 290. What's the low today? 290. Do you need me to show you again that it's probably due to bounce? IWM. Same kind of thing at this point node, this node. Could it get back down a little lower? Probably, but again, do the math. 202 down to, that's a lot. It's 10% and change. Probably due to bounce. Now again, if we're wrong, then that happens. But the probabilities are on the side that it's going to rally because again, you got to be wary. Again, if you're newer to the channel, the people that we're watching are on StockTwits, FinTwit, whatever, every freaking Reddit. If everybody's bearish, and again, remember, smart money's quiet, and idiots are the loudest. What are they all screaming? What are they all screaming? It should be obvious. They're all singing the same tune. Bearish, bearish, bearish. All right, gold. Now here's your classic, just everybody's bullish. Everybody's bullish, and you're going lower. That's what you want to see. Everybody's bullish. Now it's retesting the lows. At this point, what have we said? Wait for the blowout and the capitulation. I mean, ideally, the 0.382 on the monthly is always the max fib downside on a cup and handle. But if the VIX goes binocular later, like spikes later, well, don't be surprised if it gets down a little lower. People are just way too bullish on gold. Again, you don't see a bottom in gold and silver if everybody's bullish. That's not how anything. That's not how you bottom. Silver, same kind of thing. We're coming into this old trend line, but look at this in 2020. Look at this in 2008. I mean, you can go absolutely nuclear lower, but everybody's bullish, and that's the problem. Do you see the problem here? Market closed in 5 minutes. Yay. It just doesn't make sense. And if you can't fight that urge, again, because I love metals. I mean, I like materials. I think a bull market materials is coming out of this. But you can't fight that urge to be early. I'm just telling you, they throw the baby out with the bathwater. Some people are like, oh, I'm going to buy the miners today. I'm like, please don't. These charts are just fugly. Everybody's bullish. Everybody's bullish. You see how we just go lower? That's the best setup for going lower. Again, I don't even want to talk about these names because they're worth a waste of time. GDXJ, again, I like this one better for the long term when gold does bottom because the juniors are going to get bought up. Just please leave the stuff alone. AG, we'll run through these real quick because I say I will. AG, probably going down to 5 or 6. Yawn. AEM. Now this one, put this on your radar because this is what I think is actually what you want to see. Capitulation. Remember, the market maker is a volume-seeking mechanism. They got their volume. They stopped the market from dropping. Y'all see it there? Hopefully that's clear as day. And now you popped. Hopefully you make a retest. Maybe a lower low would be ideal because then they can shake out more volume. Shake. PAAS. Just leave it alone, man. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Going nowhere fast. Newmont, please don't buy this during the next gold bull market because why? The big dogs are going to have to buy. They're going to have to, spend money. Spend money, okay? While we're looking at it, let's see the market coming right back to 389, 390. This has got to be rather frustrating for newer folks. I get it. Chop, slop, pop, chop, slop, chop. I mean, you want to pretend to guess the 6.5 hour trading day to a T. I wish you luck. And I hope you have a head of hair when you're done with it. I hope you don't age in 5 years to like 70 trying to predict it. Day traders, you guys waste all of your time trying to anticipate every single move. Now, some of you guys probably do okay. I'm just been there, done that. I'd rather live a long life of enjoyment versus like married to my screens constantly. God, look at silver closing low of the day. Gold. Now people are like, yeah, leave it alone. Letter X. Now again, these are all names I like longer term, but I don't trust them because I think what's going to happen if the TLT bounces initially, you're going to get tech rising because it's the bull market leader, right? Like people will go back to the well. Jeez, man, this market is just, so funny. And again, it's not like it's unpredictable. It's predictably unpredictable. I think that's the question people don't realize. Letter X holding the 50-day due to bounce. All these names. Long term will be great buys, but don't buy them before the market capitulates. Nucor, we talked about getting up to 144. Goodbye. Comes right back down. VALE, let it fill the gap. It's the same thing I say every video, and it probably goes a little lower. I've got this big box here for a reason. Leave it alone. CCJ. Oh, uranium is the future. Well, no, duh. But look at this action. Bearish. I'm telling you, they're going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. All these people who love to rip me on uranium, I don't care. Because, again, you sound just like the gold bulls. At some point, yes, fundamentals don't matter, actually. Because in the market capitulation mode, pukage, unleveraging, everything gets sold. There's no one immune. So that conversation with uranium bulls, gold bulls, Bitcoin, whatever floats your stack, just be prepared. Don't sit here going, oh, it's just got to go higher. I'm telling you, unless you know the past, you're doomed to repeat the future. Here, let me pull up the monthly, because I still remember CCJ was one of my favorite names back in the 2000s, commodity bear market. Yep, inputs over outputs, no doubt. Look at this. I mean, this thing went from 44 down to 11. Zzz, pow. Zzz, pow. All right? I don't know what to tell you, folks. Nothing is safe. And people are like, oh, but look, it made a new high. That, to me, looks like a bull trap. We'll see. We will absolutely see. Again, like, if you can't wrap your head around a bear market being a trader's market, trader, not like trader, like giving up on the cause, like trading, you have to trade it. You just got to trade it. And if you can't trade it, then I don't know what to tell you. Unreal. Because I get the same questions like, yo, you're an idiot. I'm like, I'm not shorting uranium, but I'm not buying it. Arrow, I like this because you got stopping power down here. You had the stopping left-right combo, engulfing bar. I mean, again, last time you saw the volume, it rallied a little bit, came back lower. That's probably what's happening. I mean, set your stops, know your levels, just leave it alone. Again, here are names that I like long-term, but agriculture, Mosaic, somebody let me know when it's down in the 40s again. That's what I'd be looking for. Sorry. That's what I'd be looking for. Not buying it here. But Dan, food shortages. I get it. CF. I don't know if the person who shorted this comes in and gets it. Cool. Scott, what lower lows are coming? Here you go. Like, let this come on in. Let it come on in. Because we talked about the 3-gap trap. Doji. Goodbye. Oh, Mosaic. Yeah, probably. Again, I mean, people, and this is the thing, Scott, because this topic really gets me fired up, because I have been stuck believing ABC is going to go higher. The fundamentals are great. Everything's in line. The market dumps. And my position gets absolutely slammed. Like, here, let me just pull this up, because this is one of like the biggest mess ups I ever made. Where is it? GDXJ. Let me see if I can find it. What year was that? Wasn't that long ago, honestly. I think it was in 2017. I still remember like gold holding up and going, I gotta buy this. And it just went pow. And nothing made any sense. And I got absolutely liquidated. Because again, the market was going down at the time, near term. I think if I remember right, what was it, 2015? That was like the 2016. I think the Feds, man, why is it, talked about raising rates. Again, I can't remember. But I still remember I remember the pain of it. Going, oh, here we go, I'll buy it. And it just went, blew me out. And it didn't make any sense. Nothing. It didn't make any sense. And it's like, all right, from now on, I will not fight the tape. I don't even remember where. Mosaic, CF. Yeah, let's move on to tech, because this is where I think the buying opportunities are. As much as I hate tech long-term, I think this is oversold due to bounce. Microsoft got to be about to bounce big. We'll get there, Nick. Here you go. AMD. Straight line move. It's at worst, it's going to do this, where it went from 80 up to 89. Remember I said it could probably get up to the trend line? I think that's coming. So let me zoom you guys in. All right. SMH. I think it gets up to 220. 215. Here you go. You're at the point of control support. It's making higher lows. Probably pops up to the 220s. It would make sense. Like, this is, you got to let it do. You got to let it do its thing. We'll get to Microsoft here in a second. Apple. I haven't bought any Apple until today. And I was like, oh, well, all right. I see it at 155. I started taking some nibbles. I mean, I even got down into 154. They're like, you crazy, bro. It's like, I don't know. I mean, it's running into their Apple day, their fruit day, whatever you want to call it. Thing's gone from 175 down to 155. Probably going to bounce. How high? I'm guessing not edible like high. Like that's, you know, it's like minimal. I think it probably could pop to 165. I mean, at 9 points, do the math, 4 or 5%. Again, let it do what it's going to do. Look at the down moves. Here you go. Zing, and it goes what? 163 up to what? 172. Again, 9 points. This is normal. Normal. Look at this. Zzz, pop, 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 popping around. Would you hold through their event? Usually they sell on their event, James, which is a good one. But I can't remember the last time Apple was down in front of a release. Can y'all? I mean, does someone want to double check that? Like, when was the last time Apple stock was down 20? What's it percentage wise? 17 points would be 10%. So about, 13% in front of a news, like their release. I don't remember the last time. Usually it's up and it's a sell event, right? That's what I remember. Down? No, I don't remember ever. Ever. Now again, they're doing a 14. They're doing a ton of new updates with their phones and all this stuff. People are gonna get so excited. The whole iPhone 14, awesome. Another $1,500 you don't have to spend on a new phone. Finance it. Yeah, there is one every September. Let's look real quick. Here, I'll just do it because that's the good point. Yeah, up into September. So that's an up, then a down. September. Down and then up maybe. Here you go. I mean, damn, 111 to 120. That's 9 points. September. Yeah, down and then route. Yeah. Again, I think it really depends on where you're at. I don't know. And again, in the sense of where we're at, I know is down. Going into such a big release of new products, probably people are going to get wildly excited. Why? Because they always do. They just always do. Mr. Softy, man, I almost pulled the trigger on 154 at 254 today to buy calls. We're at the bottom of the range. Thing went from 295 down to 253. Yes, 270s, 267 would make sense. Who was asking? Nick. Still anticipating it. Now people are like, that's crazy. And it's like, well, look, this is what it did. It would go from 270 up to what? 290, 20 points in 3 days. Right? Here you go. 250 up to 268. It's all there. It's all possible in these oversold rallies. All right? Now, again, just if you get this is let me just rehash on something because I think a lot of people who've been following are like, I'm in such big pain. Why? First of all, what? Oh, sorry. Dang it. Zillow just called me. I was wondering who's calling. You got to be careful. If you're expecting a bounce in a bear market, don't rush into it. You don't go up 258. 260, I got to buy Microsoft. No, I mean, I'm down, I think, like 5,000 or 6,000 on some of the calls I bought, which seems like a lot, but it's not really. My averages have gone down. But point being of what? Give yourself time and don't be in a rush to like get in. Don't be in a rush, okay? I mean, just letting you know. Anyway, at this point, let me know if you have any questions about that kind of thinking. Because again, it's different if you're short in a bear market. Yeah, we got up here, good. Got stopped out here, got in even better. Let it come down. Chris, I'm not gonna answer that question until the end, my friend. All right, see now you got me off. CRM, hanging out down here. Again, I mean, if I'm a bear, what you want is to instill hope. You want to pop, then drop. That's how I would play the game. Now, ultimately, you have to choose this. I think, again, you're at a major inflection point. You can go back. You can see, like, I mean, all of these names. All of these names. I mean, there's, man, you can go way, I remember, not that far back. This area matters. You see the big VAP zone here? You see it? I mean, it's hidden under these charts, but there's a lot of muscle memory here at 150. How do you set stops on puts without getting killed by Theta to gate? That's a great question. You just set your stop and how much you're willing to lose. That's what you need to put first, not the price. Because again, you put a stop in an option, oh, you're gonna get hit. They're gonna not nail it if you don't. I mean, they'll open up the spreads real quick at the open or the close or at certain points, and they'll just trigger it. Yeah, CRM. Again, I like this area. It's due to bounce. Now again, if I'm a bear, you want the bounce. You want the bounce. You want the bounce. You want the bounce. It's part of the game. Amazon. Here, you're at the trend line, the inflection point, probably gonna bounce. I mean, you pick your name. Netflix. I saw this one down, and I was like, ooh, this thing's getting cooked. And then it, what? Oh, it held the 50-day. Nice. And closed right below the previous couple days' lows. Tough to tell. Roblox, something you don't see if the market is bearish. Look at this action. Made a new low. It rallied back to close right back at the previous lows on decent volume. Why is my, man, what happened to my volume indicator? Man, all my charts. Usually I have like a 30-day volume moving average. Where did it go? Anyway, you can see like the average is, it's starting to, there was definitely buyers today. Let's just put that in. Slightly above average. It's hard to see. Good old Meta. Holding up tight. Again, things, I mean, these things, like, the market feels like it got pounded, but it holds up. A lot of these names. Now, again, they might get pounded later. Maybe all it is just a sideways action. They're going to kill puts, could kill calls. I don't know. MicroStrategy. Oh, why is... You're back, whatever. You're back in the volume at price. Again, I updated my computers, and it did not save any of my VAP zones. Some of the drawings I had. Honestly, apologize. I honestly thought we'd hold... Yep, right in there. Went a little lower. Bitcoin getting hurt, part of the game. Tesla. I don't know about y'all, but I said it needs to hold this morning. Look what it did. Does that look super bearish to y'all? I see like a double bottom with another hammer coming back up. Things you don't see if the market's about the smush. And when I say smush, you guys know what I mean. Guys, gals, we're indifferent here. You can be whoever you want to be to the market. And so I want to go back to the SMH real quick because I think this is where it gets a little interesting, right? This area is super important at 202. It's also, let me see if you can see it. Where was that price down here? Nope, what was I thinking on this one? Is it this high right here? Yeah, here it is. I remember this action in October of last year. It popped up, came right back. And this area, I don't know why, it just seems to be holding more recently here at 202 to 205. I mean, you can see this. So this is the thing that's so hard about if you got calls or you're playing the stock, you know, this area has to hold. And that's what someone was like, oh, I only buy the market when it goes over the 5-day moving average. Well, no, that's total crap. Look at the volume here. You had buyers, right? NVIDIA blowout, rallies back. Now you're retesting. I mean, I always tell people this all the time. Expect the retest, okay? Expect the retest. NDAQ. Remember, I told you, I thought this was going to bounce. I mean, things you don't see if the market's going to blow out. Bounce back. I mean, pray for the 62s. Pray. Pray, 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 pray. EXPI. Now, this one should have bounced better today. I mean, I still have a point of control, potentially the 80 area. This one's tough because you're just in the chop zone. I don't know what to tell you near term. People were talking about buying it, and I'm like, I mean, I get it. Somewhere in this area. I wish I could tell you the exact price. I mean, people all the time are like, why do you layer in? Why do you partially trade? Why do you try to get closer to the bottoms? Because, I mean, that's what I expect. Chops, retest. I mean, the V moves are not the norm. It's not that easy. Get into financials. Try to go wrap these up. Again, why didn't it save? This is so annoying. Seriously. There everything went. Awkward pause. There it is. I thought we'd bottom somewhere in here. And not surprising, we long wick again. Do you see all this stuff? Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? No, you probably can't. 70 calls on this term, just a market temporary rally, time to go boom boom. Yeah, David, after Apple rallies, short boom boom. Yeah, no doubt. It might take a little while. Morgan Stanley, I saw this thing down pretty big today. Yeah, look at that. Held the 50-day, came back in. Things that just don't look bearish if the market's about to tank. JP Morgan, what are you doing up 3 cents, you piece of junk with no buyback? Holding up. Now let's talk about oil, and then we'll get into questions, free questions later. Here you go. Holding the 200-day, holding here. I would not short it. Someone asked about boil or cold for natural gas. I mean, today's action, considering that Europe is what? Going to struggle with natural gas? I don't know why this wouldn't kind of at least pop back up. Fed's got to like all this stuff happening, oil and gas down. But again, I don't know if I would short these unless you got up at the high. Again, demand destruction is coming. It's just tough to expect what's going to happen near term. Because the market might like this stuff down. I mean, if the market is manipulated, we all agree. I don't know why the market makers, or not, it wouldn't be the market makers, like the powers that be to manipulate, would love to manipulate oil and gas down. Market might like it that. Let's get an XMP and ExxonMobil. Again, I said wait for a drip. If you can get it up near like 15, the 14 area, I expect some sort of bounce. Just like this, where it made back, tried to get back to the highs. I think you're gonna at some point try to get closer back to the highs because everybody loves oil and gas. And who loves oil and gas? Retail. And who's shouting the loudest? Retail. And who usually loses? Retail. That's when it's time to short. Let it just give them. You got to give them the rope to hang themselves. ExxonMobil, we talked about shorting up here. That was awesome. Took 9 points. Some of y'all did. Boom, gone. Now just let it kind of float back and forth. All right. If you got any questions, again, stop by the Discord room. If you're making money, please let's talk about real estate because I think now what time to buy. I'm telling you, when you're the only buyer buying a house, that's a time to buy. Because I think, again, inflation, if you believe in a commodities bull market, the cost to rebuild is not going down. People aren't buying, they're renting. So if you can get discounts on the home prices and you can cash flow and you can try to refinance later, you can get creative. We can make things happen. I think that's one of the best things. Again, as much as like every one of your brokers / money managers will say, never buy real estate. That's why I got into this because I realized you got to have a balanced portfolio. You got to get paid to not work, meaning passive income. If you can figure out a cash flow on a rental, man, it's such easy money. All right, I'm going to stop the recording. Talk to you guys and gals later. I'm going to keep the streaming going. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.